Hey guys, my name is Elliot Kimmel, and I'm pretty new to Blender, but I've been watching a lot of tutorials and gaining a lot from the community, and just trying to learn my way around this amazing program, and thought I'd do a little tutorial to show you how I made these low poly pencils. I know there are other tutorials on stuff like this, but I just want to contribute something. And if you're sort of maybe like a beginner like me, maybe it's helpful, maybe it's not, I don't know, but maybe it'll also serve as a record for me to remember how to do these simple things. All right, so I'm going to do that. So here we are in Blender, all right, and I'm going to go ahead and create my first pencil in the top view, orthographic. And okay, here we go. So I'm going to go Control A and add a cylinder, and I'm going to make sure that it's 8 vertices. And you know, just for guys like me, getting used to the coordinate system and rotating this way and that way is already fun enough. Okay, I'm just going to rotate it so I can look down on it and see it like that. So I want to scale it in the Y, and it's going to be a pretty big pencil, but okay, so we have that, right? Okay, and by the way, the tops are just n-gons. All right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into edit mode, and I'm going to select what am I going to do? The top edge right there. And I'm going to go Control B to bevel it. I'm just going to pull down just like that. I'm not going to add any segments or anything. I'm just going to pull it down to where I think it looks sort of like the end of a pencil. I'm going to do that, and I'm done with that. And I think I'll come back up here, and in face mode I'll grab that face maybe, and I'll scale it in just a little bit. I'm not going to make it come to a complete point or anything. So we do that. Go back to top view. And we're going to come back and grab this, and I'm going to extend it downwards like this. All right, that is one huge pencil. I'll make it smaller in a bit. Okay, so we got that. And now I'm going to go Control R and add an edge loop. I'm going to bring it down here. So this will be sort of where the metal part of the pencil is. And we'll add an eraser as well to this. Okay, so what's going on here? Okay. And now that I've got that edge loop there, I'm just going to hover my mouse over here and go Control R to add some more edge loops. So I'm going to add a few of these. Maybe, what's that, 5? And click to accept. And now I'm going to, in edge select mode, go Alt and click on that so it selects it all the way around. And I'm going to scale it in a little bit, and I don't want to scale it on the Y, so I'm going to go Scale, Shift Y. I'm just going to pull it in just a little bit like that, and click, and then I'm going to Alt and click on the next one, and I'm going to go Shift R just to repeat that last exact thing. Alt, click to select that edge loop, Shift R. Okay, I can deselect those for now. And then I'll come back into face mode, and I'm going to grab this face, and I'm going to hit E to extrude, and I'm just going to pull it down. That's going to form the eraser part right there. And then I think what I'll do is I'll do E one more time. I'll pull it down just a little bit, and I'll scale it in, you know, just like that. Okay. All right. And so now that we have that, I am going to go back into edge mode. I'm just going Control Tab to get that menu and go to edge. I'm going to select this edge, and now I'm going to bevel this a little bit. So I'm going to go Control B. I'm going to pull back to give myself a little bit of space like this. I'm going to roll my mouse up just once and click. So that's what I want. Then I'm going to Alt click this one, and I'm going to go Shift R to repeat the last move. Alt and click that line, Shift R. Okay, so let's look at it in object mode. So that's what it looks like so far. Just a low poly pencil. And that's actually good enough for that part. Now let me actually scale this down. It's getting unwieldy to work with. And I'll scale it down even a bit more. And okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to go back into edit mode, and I'm going to go into vertex select mode, and I'm going to choose every other vertex. So we've got the first one, I'm going to skip one, skip another, and then I've got them all, right? I've got what I want. And now I'm just going to pull down like this to a certain extent. I'm going to release that and then hover my mouse over here, and I'm going to add another edge loop. This is going to form the lead of the pencil, so I'm going to pull it up to around there. And that is it, I believe, for the modeling part of the pencil itself. So we'll come out, we'll have a look at this thing. Okay, I think I'll go origin to geometry. And there is our low poly pencil. And now I'm going to do very, very simple materials. All right, so I'm going to come up. I want to do this in cycles because I want to use the nodes. I'm just learning how to use nodes, all right, as some of you probably can remember what that's like. And I'm going to switch this to GPU composite. And okay, so come over to the materials, and I'm going to create a new material and click new. And I'm just going to, I'll start with a color here. I'll make this first one, say, sort of green. And now that I've got that started, I'm going to split my screen by pulling over here. I'll zoom in a little bit over here, and I'm going to switch this view to the node editor. And it already sets up some nodes with my green started off there. So I'm going to go Shift A and shader, and I'm going to put in a mix shader right there. Shift A, shader, glossy, put it down there and connect it up to the second shader spot. I'm going to switch this over to material, and I am going for a green color, so I'm going to eyedrop that green color there. So I got the same, both of them there, but this one I'm going to make a darker green, so I'm going to pull that down. Okay, and I'm going to switch this to 0.2. Actually, that was fine. 0.2, that's okay. That might be a little bit bright, but we're going to leave it at that for now. That's all we're doing here. Very simple and straightforward, but I am going to call this green. Okay, so I've got some green, and now I'm going to save this in models. All right, I'll just save it right there. So I'm going to call this pencil 3. There we go. Okay, so let's, now to make it simple, I'm just going to copy this green, whoops, sorry, this one here, copy material, and I'm going to come down into it, create a new spot, and I'm going to go paste material, and we'll call this one yellow. We'll do yellow. Actually, let's do the rest of the parts of the pencil. What am I talking about? Let's call this eraser. That'll be the eraser that we'll put at the end, that we'll put down there. And now all I have to do is choose my colors. Let me get it back up here. Sort of choose an eraser color. I don't really know what an eraser color is, but we'll go with that. And I'm going to darken this one. And, you know, I get a little preview over here, what it's going to look like. You know. Once we see it on the actual thing, we'll on the model, we'll be able to tell better. I'm sure that doesn't look anything like an eraser. So let's go ahead and apply that. So here, so I'm just going to go into the model here in edit mode, and come all the way back here, and in face selection, I'm going to choose the very end face, and then I'm going to use Control plus on my keyboard here to select more and more of this. I believe right up to that point. That's probably all I want. I'm going to choose that material there and hit assign. And then we'll see how bad that looks. as an eraser color. Yeah, I'll start with that. Okay, and now I'll do the little silver part here. So I've already got one saved, so I can go here and paste the material, and I want to do that. So I'm going to choose, I'm going to try to make sort of a metal kind of. So I'm just going to make this white and right in the middle, and this is going to be, actually that's the light one, and this is going to be a dark one, sort of a gray. You can see over here, sort of looks a little bit like metal. Okay, you can tweak all these later on if you want to. I'm going to call this metal. Okay, that eraser looks like it probably needs some work. So we'll just come in here, and now for this part, I'm going to be selecting all these faces. So I'm going to go Alt and click on the line that goes around this ring. So like if I click there, I just get the face, right? But if I click on the line, I hopefully get the whole thing. And then Shift and Alt click. Shift and Alt click all of these that would make up the metal part of the pencil. Okay, and then go down to the metal and click Assign, and that material is now on there. Looks more brown. Okay, and the cool thing here is obviously you can just, you know, move these around while you're here. Yeah, cool, good enough. Okay, we're doing good. We're gonna make the wood part here. So make a new slot and paste in that material. I'll call this wood, and I'm gonna choose sort of a brown color. I'll choose the same brown here, and then I'll lighten this one. Okay, maybe it should be a little bit more yellowy, but whatever. I'm not much of an artist here. You can do your thing. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just get it in there, and we'll see. Now for this part, I believe I can just Alt click right there, and I'll just get all those polys right there. I'm on the wood. Apply. Great. Okay. It's looking good. Kind of stubby, but we could work on that. And the last thing, actually no, I'm going to be leaving that green. I used to do that in dark. So well, let's go have a look at this and see what it looks like. Now if we set up our camera, lock camera to view, and if I look through my camera and look at it, oh, actually one thing I do want to do is I'll do this in orthographic, and come look at this. And it's really not going to look very good yet without lights. Let me lift it up a bit. Let's go ahead and put a plane underneath it. Control A, no, sorry, Shift A, plane. And I'm going to make this, I'm going to make a new material here. And I'm just going to make this sort of a dark red color. And so there it is. Let's just get a light going first. This light here, I'll just make it as a sun, and make it a little bit more yellow. It's pointing right at it, so that's pretty good. I think I'll do one more. Shift D. I'll duplicate this, and I'm going to bring it out to the side here. Now I'm not that great with pointing lights. I find it very trial and error. I'm just getting used to Blender, as I said earlier. Actually, this one I'm going to make brighter. I'll make it 3, let's say, and we'll just give it a try. All right, there's obviously lots to learn. Let's just hit F12 and see what that looks like. Okay, so actually I'll do it from over here. So there is our green, stubby, but shiny, low poly pencil. So let's go ahead and maybe we'll do a little bit of work on this thing first of all. I want to make it a little bit longer. I mean, I really like the comic-y look, especially not being a great artist. I can't really get realism. Okay, that's not going to work. So let me go up a little bit further. I'm just going Control and plus arrow to increase my selections, and negative, or not plus arrow, but the plus key to get all that I want in my selection, and then I'm going to move these down so it looks a little bit more like a pencil. Not too much though. Okay, and we'll just render it in the viewport here. And you can see that's what our green pencil looks like. It's very cute, isn't it? That metal looks okay. I mean, you could tweak it or whatever. So what we'll do now that we have that is let's move this and the light and that light. Let's move them, I don't know, maybe out there. Okay. Now what we can do is make some copies of this. All right, so let's move that over there. Do Shift D and bring it over here. And let's make this one blue. So I still have that material saved. So I'm going to go plus, add a new slot, paste material. Let's get our node editor open again. And let's go ahead and let's move this in. I'm going to do this in real time. Yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah, let's go ahead and make this blue. So I'll choose a blue color there. And I'll grab this blue here, make this a little bit lighter. Check it out over here in this little spot. Looks kind of nice. I'm going to give that a try, and all I got to do is change it in a couple of spots. Let's go ahead and name this blue. And here we go. I'll come into the pencil, and I'm just going to Alt and click on the line of these polys. That's what I want. I'm going to assign that as blue. And I'm also going to do the same up at the tip here. I want to get the end, and I'll do the Control plus key to expand my selection by one. Blue as well. Assign. Done. Okay, let's have a look at that. And now I have a blue pencil. All right, I'm going to do another one. So grab this, Shift D, pull it out a bit. And yeah, okay, create a new material slot, paste it in. Let's make this white. And yeah. Now, probably there's a very simple way of setting this exactly back to white, you know, or if I knew, I guess, whatever, I could type in the codes. That's obviously not, yeah, you know, because we want it kind of down there. And this one, make it a little bit whiter. Looks kind of white. Let's check it out. Okay, let's go in. Assign that to white. And over here. Control and plus. Oh, gotta be in the right viewport. Assign this to white. Go back to object mode and see if it's looking good. Looks a little bit gray actually, so I can change it here as well. That's the nice thing, having it open. You know, lighting of course is going to affect it as well. I mean, so that's basically how you would do it. And then if you like, we could make a quick eraser as well. All right, so let's do that. Just move a couple of these around just to make it a little bit more haphazard, whatever. Okay, so for this, let's get rid of that. It's in the center, so that's good. I'm going to go Shift A, create a cube, and first of all, scale it down somewhat, figure out where it's going to go a little bit, and I am going to scale it in the Y, scale it in the Z, and have a look at it. Almost scale the Z a little bit more. And something like that's going to be my eraser. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go into that. I'm just going to grab the top face. I'm going to skew it over like that. That's actually it, but I'll select it all and I'll find that eraser material and put that on it. So it's going to look like that. And we have to tweak that eraser material. Now I'm going to give it a subdivision surface. Just going to choose sub D. I'll bring it up to 2. Go back into edit mode, and we'll add some edge loops to make it a bit more rectangular. So one up there. I'm not going to push it right to the end though. And we'll do that again to close to this end, and I'll do along the sides. So around there, somewhere around there anyhow, and around there, and that should be good. I'll smooth it as well. Let's apply that. And that would be the eraser, but it's looking a little bit big. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Okay, and let's get our camera and lights and everything. Let's see what this is looking like. Okay, wrong layer, there we go. Okay, yeah. Okay, one thing I think I need to do on this is in the materials, let's go back to the node editor. I don't want it to be as shiny. Yeah, put that to, let me try 0.8. Let me just see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks better. Color. Is that okay? You know, for an eraser? I don't know. Maybe we could do something with that wood color. Okay, let's close that. Why am I on there? Wood. Just maybe a little bit more orangey. Or brown. Whatever your taste happens to be. I'm okay with that. Okay, I'll close that up. And that would be how to do the erasers and the pencils. All right, and then you just maybe add some more lights and do a good render. And I think it looks really cute. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching.